Hi, my name's Ruan and this is my channel, The Yorkshire Sew Girl. I hope we're all doing very well. I'm doing all right. It is Friday for me right now. I have finished work. I don't have to pick the kids up for another hour and 10 minutes. So I thought I would quickly pop on and chat with you just about what's been going on recently and things that I've been buying. Now, these are things that I've been buying over the last month or two. So, you know, hear me out. It's not that bad actually, but I thought you might want to see what I've got over the last couple of months. So what should we start? Should we start with fabric first? I haven't bought that much fabric, if I'm absolutely honest, unless I start going, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that. But I don't think so. Let's start with fabric, shall we? Do you want to see fabric? So number one purchase I've made is this beautiful little package. Lots of rustling, I know. But I saw this fabric on Hey Sew Sister and I loved it so much. I squealed when I saw it. And there is a context behind that. I squeal a lot about fabric, but there is context about this. The reason I squealed is because I have a ready-to-wear dress from Marks and Spencer's, and it's a jersey dress and it's tiered with short sleeves and I love it. And every time I wear it, I get compliments. The problem is I've worn it so much. It's okay, it'll be all right for this year, but after this year, I don't know. I think it might be a bit touch and go, if you know what I mean. So I bought fabric to try and replicate that ready-to-wear dress. So this is the fabric. And what's funny about this fabric is when I mentioned it, I think I'd seen on the post for it that Tamlin, my gorgeous Tamlin from Sewn on the Tyne, had also said she was buying some, which was really funny. And then we'd put something in our WhatsApp and the gorgeous Rachel from Stitch Up said, I've bought some of that as well. So all three of us have got this same fabric. Now I snaffled the last 2.5 meters of it. However, the gorgeous Georgie did send me a message and say, I'm really sorry, yours was the last order. I've got to the end and there isn't enough to make up your 2.5 meters. Or did I buy 2 meters? Can't remember. Anyway, so she said, I can do you it in 2 little slugs if you want, or I can just send you the one, or we can cancel it. It's totally up to you. Bless her. So I have got 2 cuts of this, but I thought, well, that might be all right, because I might be able to get my little sleeves out of this one. So I've got kind of 2 cuts of it, but how blooming lovely, because I was like, yeah, that's no problem. Don't worry about it. She sent me a load of little labels. Look at these as a little thank you. Have a lovely day. I love that, green with daisies. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, and then one little one that says, have a good day. How cute is that? I think it was worthwhile getting it in 2 slugs, to be honest. But yes, so a lovely little postcard as well in pink and red. Very nice. It says, I love that. Thanks, I made it. So that was purchase number 1. Could not resist it. Had to have it in my life. That's one of those fabrics, you know, where you see it and you're like, I don't care. I need to have it. There was one other fabric as well that I bought. I forgot about that one from the Fabric Boutique. But I've already made that up. I loved it that much. So I'll talk about that in a makes video. So won't go into all of that right now. Then me and my gorgeous Northern Soul Sisters, was it only last week? It was only last week. Feels like forever ago. We took the day off work. Well, I didn't. I did, sorry. The girls didn't, because they don't work on Wednesday. Took the day off and we got the train into York, each of us, and met up, and we had brunch. Then we went and did a spot of shopping. Then we went and had a little cheeky drink in a couple of bars, and then we went and had an early dinner with a bottle of Prosecco or 2, and then we got the train home, and it was such a beautiful day. You know, when you just, I don't know, I think because myself, Tamlin and Rachel, when we meet up, we kind of talk a lot Northern Soul Sisters, we plan things out. We've decided this year we're just going to chill out a little bit and enjoy our friendship, because sometimes we try and see each other once a month, and when we're doing stuff, we're that busy, we don't actually spend time just the 3 of us. So we're trying to make more of that time in 2024, and we loved the day. It went so fast. I got into York at 9:30, and I don't think my train back was till 7 o'clock at night, and I could have stayed longer, put it that way. But Rachel, it's Rachel's fault, made us go to Boys. She'd be like, if she's watching this now, she'd be like, liar, it was nothing to do with me. But we popped into Boys because I've never been to the one in York, and upstairs there's like a big department that's all craft upstairs, which was amazing. It had wool, loads of crafting stuff, embroidery, and then a little tiny like fabric and haberdashery part as well, which was wonderful. And I wasn't going to buy anything, and I had a look round. You have to have a bit of a route. They've got some fabrics that are a bit naff, not going to lie. But I was having a little route through, and I saw this fabric. I was like, I can't believe it. The reason I say it in a Scottish accent is because when I was in Scotland last year for the Scottish Frock Tales, which I can't go to this year because the date is my husband's birthday. Anywho, Emma from So Do It Emma was due to get her fabric godmother box, and I'd already seen from somebody else, because she hadn't opened hers yet, what was inside it, and I loved it so much. And I was like, Emma, when you get back, if you don't like it, you can give it to me, I don't mind. Anyway, she didn't. How rude. But they had that fabric in Boys, and it is this fabric. It's a little bit bonkers, but I love it. Oh, how lush is this? I really, really, really love it. So it's a coating fabric, and I got 2 meters of it to make a type of jacket or shacket type thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it yet, but I couldn't not have it. It was £12 a metre. Now, I'm not sure what it was on Fabric Godmother because I think it's sold out on there, but it was a lot more than £12 a metre. So I've got that, and I want to make some sort of jacket or shacket out of that. Why is it when I say shacket, I feel like I'm swearing? I'm not though. So I bought that. And then I also bought from there a metre of cotton fabric, which I just fell in love with. It's so beautiful, and it's floral, and it's this one. How lovely is that? It's gorgeous, isn't it? And because I'm getting a little bit into bag making, my new obsession, I bought that because I thought, do you know what? That would be beautiful for the inside of a bag, especially if you had it in this kind of colour here. But look, all the different colours that are in this. I think that would go with a lot of different things. They had this in 3 different colourways. I think it was like £5 for a metre or something like that. It wasn't a lot anyway. Absolutely loved it. And then I bought this, which was really funny because I was buying it. I was going, oh, this is the right bargain. And Taman's like, yeah, we sell that in our shop. It's like, oh, really? Didn't realise that. But I also got this. So they had this reduced to £2 a metre, I think it was. So on this side, it's webbing. Webbing for bags, by the way, if you don't know. We've got it, and obviously it's animal print. How many times can I interrupt myself? It's got this on this side and then the brown on the other side, which I loved. So I thought that would be really good for webbing for a bag, or like for just the bag strap. Oh, it's gorgeous, because that's really in fashion at the moment, isn't it? Different bag straps with different patterns on. There's a bit of me that though into it, I think. It's not too in your face. But I got that. I got 3 meters of that. So it's £2. So I was like, what did I get? 2 meters? Something like that. I can't remember. So that was my little haul from Boys. That was it though. I didn't buy any more. That's all I bought. It was really good. Rachel bought a little something, I think. Tammy didn't buy anything. Itchy nose. Nose tickle. Bex, Adele. So yeah, I was really good. That's it for fabric though. I haven't bought any other fabric. I'm trying to use some of my stash at the moment. So I'm trying to do 50-50. 50 new fabrics or subscription box fabrics or whatever, and 50% stash fabric. I'm doing all right with that at the moment. I'm not going to say that is a resolution for this year because I am rubbish at them. I don't know what's going on here, because I don't know what's going on with this. I've got 2 little friends on my chin. Shall we dress them right now? Just, you know, for fun. Right, what else? So the only other thing I've bought, I was going to say sewing related, but I'm just absolutely lying. It's not the only thing I've bought. The other recent thing I've bought is this. Everywhere was out of stock of this. And I needed it in my life. So I got this from, I think I found it at For Fabrcs. So it is the new Closet Core Jenna button-up shirt and dress, and I'm obsessed with it. I've got a bit of a thing for shirts at the moment. I've got a couple of ready-to-wear ones, and then I've made the Olia recently, and also the very oversized Ocean Days, something or other, from Pattern Emporium as well for my holiday. But I love the look of this. I love closet core patterns as well. Love all the styling, the crazy lipstick. But this is what you get in your pattern as well. So there's quite a few different versions. So you've got this really beautiful cropped version here, look, which I really like. And then you've got the real traditional kind of men's shirt with tails. That's the one that I think I'm a little bit in love with. And then you've also got a dress as well. So it's almost like just above the cutoff, and then you put in a tiered skirt onto it. Oh, love this. Really want to make this to go to the Stitch Festival later on this month. Because it's March, people. It's March. And while I was buying that, I had to buy these because these were new in at For Fabrcs as well. And it says made for me, and it new Sarah Hart's labels. There's quite a few actually, and I do not need any more labels, but I'll say that about fabric, so let's not go there. And these don't take up as much storage, do they? But how beautiful are these? They say made for me, and you get 8 in a packet. So on one side they've got made for me with a little red heart, and on the back they've got 3 little red hearts, and obviously they're pink and red, so could not resist. So yeah, so that was another little parcel that turned up. I showed something on my Instagram a while ago and everybody freaked out. It was really funny. I got given this as a gift. I put it on my Instagram stories and I must have had, I'd say at least 50 private messages saying, where do you get it from? Where do you get it from? I need it, I need it. And it's this. And I use it for my button storage. That was very close, wasn't it? And it is this here. And I love it. So this is in like a smoked perspex. And it's actually, I think, a jewellery box, but I'm using it for my buttons. I used to have all my buttons in... Let me find one, because I've got some with multicoloured ones in these. You can see them just at the side here. And they were all just piled in there. And I had about 6 or 7 of these filled with loads of different buttons. And I used to have to tip them out every time. And every time I did it, I'm thinking, I need some better button storage. And then this beauty turned up. So in here, it's got little drawers. Let me get one out. Watch me lift this up and they all fall out now. And inside there, I have put all of my beautiful buttons. And last night I needed to find a button and I just picked this straight up, pulled each drawer out and found what I wanted immediately. And it's so good. So I do think as I increase my collection of buttons, I will get another one of these. I don't know where this was from, obviously, because I was gifted it. But what I will do is I'll try and find an alternative, if I remember, and pop a link to it in the description box below. But if you put into Google, clear perspex jewellery storage drawers or something like that, it brings up loads of different ones. But quite a few people wanted this tinted perspex, but they didn't have any. I couldn't find where this was from, so but they do have them in plain. So I think I might get another one because you can actually stack them on top of each other as well. They have got little ridges on them. So I've got loads of lovely colourful ones there. You'll see all Bex from Jazz and Wow's buttons here, and then I've got kind of your more plain, she says, with outrageous ones, and bigger ones there. And then in the bottom I've got loads of small colourful ones. So yeah, that was really handy. So I thought I would mention that on this vlog because I know a lot of people were asking. Right, I've just started to move. This is my beautiful baby locker claim. I've had this for a little while now, so I got it just after Christmas, and all I can say is I'm literally in love with it. I will do a review of it. Oh God, no, I say I'm going to do all these vlogs for you guys and then you're all like, yes! And then I'm like, oh, I've forgotten. I will do a review of it, as I will do hopefully a combination of the Singer and Brother one as well, because I know a lot of people that were thinking about investing in an overlocker were asking about that. But on my old Brother one, I used to have a little basket here, and it was a hard shell basket, and as you then cut off your fabric, it would fall into here, and I loved it. Then you could just attach it and then chuck it in the bin. This one does have one, but I actually don't know what I've done with it. Anyway, it's somewhere. It's not as good. It clicks to the bottom here, and then it has to hang over the desk, and there's a little bag in the I don't know what the word of it is because I can't show you it. Anyway, you have to then have this right on the edge of your desk all the time, and I don't want to do that all the time. So there was an amazing lady, apologies, I can't remember her name because I still haven't gone through all of my comments properly yet, from Vlogmas even, so I'm trying to get through those at the moment a bit a day. And she said, do you know you can get a hard basket for your baby locker claim in Germany? Because I had been and I'd had a look and I couldn't find one anywhere. There was someone who made them on Etsy, bespoke ones, but they didn't do it for the baby locker claim, and they're all different shapes and sizes. Anyway, obviously you know one of my besties is German. So I sent it to my friend Claudia and I was like, oi, you, any chance you could get this delivered to your mum, and then the next time you're over in Germany, would you pick it up for me? And she was like, yeah, of course. Bish, bash, bosh, because she's so efficient and amazing. She'd sent it to her mum, she'd paid for it all, I sent her the money, and then she's just posted it, and it's here. It's a bit battered, sorry. But you could have them in all different colours as well. But obviously I went for this colour. So it's like a fuchsia pink colour. Look, it's even got a little bow on it. So these have been made specifically to fit on the baby locker claims. And I know that sounds like a really silly thing that you need to have in your life because it was about 30 quid. But I'm going to use it forever. That's how I'm looking at it. And, you know, I really, really wanted one. So, yeah, that just clips on underneath there. I don't know if you can see it. It's nice, isn't it? I was doing this with my eyebrows. I can't see because my fringe is so big. I was doing that. Fringe gate's coming on. I'm going to need to get my mum to come and do my fringe. But yeah, I am so pleased with that. So Claudia, if you're watching this, I love you, love you, love you. I am so happy. And also to the lady who mentioned it on my comments, absolute star, because I had only been looking at them that week that you put a message on. Can you tell I'm excited? Right, other bargain of the century was, right, I had complete FOMO, I don't know about you, but I'm not a massive fan of making bias binding. I don't think anybody particularly is. I mean, I'll do it. I've made quite a few saltwater slips, and that is the most amount of binding I've ever had to do. You have to do quite a bit for the Zadie jumpsuit as well. And I'd seen everywhere these simplicity bias binding makers. I think Tamlin got one either for her birthday or Christmas, I can't remember. Rachel had got one. Loads of people were getting them, and I was like, oh, I really want one of them, but wow, they're expensive, brand new. So I'd been looking for ages and ages and ages on Marketplace on Facebook for one, and couldn't find one near me at all. Or I could get one for about 80 quid maybe, brand new off eBay, but I was like, no, what bargain? Like you do. So I actually found one. When I found it, I was like, oh, it's up in Scotland. And then the day after that, I had a meeting planned in with a client in Scotland. So I thought, oh, I wonder if, you know, whereabouts they're going to be compared to where my meeting is. Only like 5 minutes down the road. What? I know. So drove to this lovely lady's house and picked one up for 40 quid. So it doesn't come in its box. I don't know where its box is, but I'm not bothered. But if you haven't seen one, this is it here. And she says, how do I open it? Oh yeah. There you go. And then you've got these little bias binder thingies that clip on. This all comes out, it winds it up, it's got a little iron in here, and it does it all for you. Not only that though, but, oh, just trapped my fingers. Also, she had this as well. What? And this is the Simplicity rotary cutter. So I think this can actually like cut your bias binding strips, then you wang it in there. But this wasn't something that I necessarily wanted as such, but I mean, obviously it was going with it, if you know what I mean. So I was kind of like, well, I might as well. Let me get it out. Let's have a look. I haven't even got this out yet, to have a look. But yeah, it's got this, and I'm assuming, look, the fabric goes through here. you can move this up and down and then it cuts it for you. And then you slot it through that. I mean, it's ultimate laziness, so I'm there for it. So yeah, I've got that to have a look at. I've even got a pedal with it and everything. I don't know what's happening there, but anyway, I'm not going to say no. So I got those bargains, both of them for 40 quid. Oh no, jammy or what? So I just need to find a bit of time to play around with them, really. Which I will do, you know, 2026, something like that. Right, and then, last but not least, I've been gifted something and it's beautiful. I just wanted to show you it. Absolutely no obligation to talk about it. A book publishing company got in contact with me and said, our author of a book called Susan Bates has said that you like cross stitch and she's just done a book and it's going to be launched on the 5th of March and would you like a copy? And I was like, oh, go on then, thanks. So they sent it to me. Anyway, I messaged Susan a couple of days ago and just said, I've received the book and can I just say it's absolutely stunning. And she said, well, I watch your videos and I know you like cross stitch. And I thought, why not? But obviously I was like, I'll share it. It's beautiful. But she was like, there's no obligation. Honestly, I didn't do it for that reason. But now, if someone had said to me about this book, I'd have been, oh no, it's not me at all. But now I've got it, I'm a little bit obsessed with it. And it's called My Crosstitch Doll. Just look at this. And it's by a lady called Susan Bates, and it says fun and easy patterns for over 20 cross-stitched dolls. Now, I'm using my little paper clips because I've been going through it and having a really good look. And you know when the aesthetic of something really appeals to you, to your eyeballs, it's one of them. It is the most beautiful book, and I am going to make one of these. So here's your contents page, and then look at all these dolls. It's so beautiful. So what it does is it goes through each of the dolls. It has a big full introduction and then it goes into each of the dolls that you can then make. So let me pick, I mean, I had 90% of them were favourites. So I have narrowed them down. There's boys ones and girls ones. It's, you know, you can do whatever you want, but this is just an example of it. So this is Billy. Look at him in his dungarees. I mean, he is gorgeous. It tells you everything that you need to know. So the stitch count, the finish size of it as well. And then it has a shopping list on this side here that tells you everything that you would need to buy in order to make this doll. And it has a little speech about each of them. This one's cute. Hi, I'm Billy. Summer is my best time of year. I love to be at the seaside building sandcastles and searching for pretty coloured shells on the beach. When the tide goes out, I have fun looking at tiny creatures in the rock pools. My favourite ice cream flavour is strawberry. It's just the cutest thing ever. Oh, I'm so giddy about it because I just love it. This is another one that was one of my favourites. Bobby. I love Bobby. Look at Bobby. He's a cool dude, isn't he? With his little flares. He reminds me of the character out of Stranger Things. I don't know why. But look at him with his little tiger on the back. He's gorgeous. Honestly, they're all beautiful though. This, I think, is my favourite girl one. And she's called Violet. Look at those stripy tights. I love, love, love that. Mel, I'm loving Mel with a little ponytail look and a gorgeous little rainbow vest, little sneakers, or trainers as you call them in the UK. Ruby, oh, she's just, look at that, absolutely beautiful. But I could show you every single doll because I love them all. But the other thing that's really good about this book is you can actually mix and match them. So you can choose body, head, legs, and you can kind of mix and match them. So their width of their legs must all be the same so that you can chop and change, which I love. And then there's also extra elements. So if you wanted to make it a bit more bespoke, there's different heads. Look at this. So if you know a little child with really curly hair, you could do this one. Look at that with hats and stuff on. Beautiful. And then there's all different clothes as well, so you can make, I mean, obviously you can change the colours and all of this as well. There's like a little swimming costume one. It's brilliant, isn't it? And there's loads of different like socks. I love these, like the rainbow trainers. They're just brilliant. So I love everything about this book. It tells you all the techniques as well, how to prepare, how to sew it. It talks you through, if you've never done cross stitch before, how to cross stitch. So there's a big section at the back on how to cross stitch. And then there's a section that tells you about how to make the dolls up. So cutting it out with like a centimetre seam allowance, stitching it together, stuffing it, and then ladder stitching it shut. But I know I've just bashed on about that. I'm sorry if you're just into sewing and not cross stitch, but I just think that is the most beautiful cross stitch book I think I've ever come across, and I'm determined to try and make one of those this year. Don't know who I'm going to give it to. Although there is one in here, let me see if I can find it. Probably won't be able to find it now. That I did send to the girls because of Rachel's granddaughter. There's a little Layla, look. She's a root-tooting cowgirl. So yeah, I've got that as well. So if Susan, you are watching this, thank you so much for gifting me your book. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I rushed through a load of stuff there, didn't I? But they're like the things I've kind of been picking up over the last month or so. And I'm excited about all of them in equal measure. Like I say, it is March now, so we're into the thick of things with So Frugal. If you don't know all about that challenge, then please do go and check out another video of mine that's an introduction to it. Every day we have got vloggers that are giving inspiration for that challenge, and we have got almost 60 prizes to give away at the end of March. So yeah, super excited. I will hopefully do some sort of plans video soon. However, it's all a little bit mixed because I've got So Yellow for Endo vlog that'll be going out to support Jess from So What If I Sews challenge as well this month. I've got the So Frugal stuff, but I have got the Stitch Festival coming up, and I have also got the gathering coming up from a social events point of view. So I will need to start planning some bits and bobs for that as well. So hopefully I'll do a little video coming up in the next week or two with some plans on it as well. I hope you're all well. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up because that does really help. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'd love you to join us in this madness that's on my channel. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.